Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collabo continues, this time with the Man Wolf. We'll talk about it on the other side. What's up, my peeps? The Rock is back at you again, continuing, marching on with our series of videos in regards to the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collaboration, brought to you, of course, by Marvel Legends. This is our second video in this particular series. This go round, we're taking a look at Colonel John Jameson, aka the Man Wolf. And if that name, meaning John Jameson, sounds familiar to you, that's because he is the son of a one J. Jonah Jameson, who I think we all know who that guy is. And another fun fact is that Man Wolf in this incarnation right here is also known as the Star God. And he made his appearance in this incarnation way back in 1979. It was in a comic called Marvel Premiere, and it was number 45 of that. And his first appearance was back in 72, 73, something like that. And that was in Spider-Man, the first volume, Spider-Man number 124. That's when he made his debut. And he definitely didn't look like this. He looked like how you would expect a human wolf, a wolfman, a werewolf to look like. Ragged clothes and very savage, what have you. Anyway, this particular character has been selected for this collaboration. I couldn't tell you why. I am not versed in it. I'm here for the figures. I do want to learn a little bit more about it, just so I can have an idea of, what's the origin, source, and reason for the characters that we are getting that are a part of the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collaboration. I do want to find that out. I do want to learn about that. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to talk about this figure right now. So you see the packaging, you see the logo, Magic the Gathering and Spider-Man on one side. Here on the side, we've got, of course, Magic the Gathering at the top and some artwork of Man Wolf. On the other side, we have a thumbnail of Man Wolf. And here on the rear, we have some artwork showing thumbnails of all four characters in this inaugural wave of Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collaboration. And I say inaugural because I get the feeling if this does well, we're going to get another set. But until then, these are the four we have. We have already checked out Mary Jane, aka Iron Spider. Let's check out those accessories. You see out of packaging, he comes with 2 C grippers. And he also comes with another set of hands. One is, the right hand is a reaching hand, and you can see it's clawed. And then, of course, he has a left fist there. So there goes that. And now we have weapons to talk about. He's got his sword. You can see that right there. It's basically molded in that cheap-looking yellowish or gold plastic, whatever you want to call it. But at least the hilt has got red paint on it, and it's textured, and the blade itself is silver. So that's pretty cool right there. He also comes with a bow, also molded in that gold plastic, and the grasp there, the grip, is red, and he has a plastic drawstring. Can't have a bow without arrows, so he comes with a single arrow loose, molded in a gray, and the feathering is red, as you can see right there. But he also has something for his quiver. he gets these. This is unusual. It's the first time we've ever seen this. We've had numerous Hawkeyes, Taskmasters, whatever, you know, characters that do wield bow and arrows. This is the first time we've seen this. And I will show how we're going to apply this in a second. Lastly, we have the cards that come with this series. This go around, it reads Colonel John Jameson. So he gets his real name here on the card, but his title of Man-Wolf is on the packaging. It reads Creature, Human Werewolf. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Colonel John Jameson, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token and you gain 2 life. Once again, like I said with MJ, Mary Jane, I don't know what I'm talking about. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast, last turn, transform this creature. And then it has a 2/2 over there in the lower right as we read it. And then the flip has got the languages again. This is for age 13 and up. And that's about the size of that. We're going to take a closer look at Man-Wolf. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, our first werewolf lupine character in the Hasbro era. We did get a Man-Wolf back in the Toy Biz, and I've got him somewhere. I just can't locate him, or else I would have broken him out for comparison. Trust me, it would be night and day. I do remember that. That was a long time ago, and that was the Toy Biz era. As far as they go, and it wasn't a Marvel Legends either. It was part of their Spider-Man line. Anyway, you see the face, the head sculpt there. We've got some pupilless eyes, and they got, but they're in, you know, the surrounding area there is dark, like a black. His nose black, just like, you know, with dogs and wolves and stuff. He's basically a graphite kind of a grayish white color is what we're seeing here. I could tell you right now, his jaw is articulated, and there is something about the jaw that you need to be made aware of, and that it's easily it'll fall off if you mess with it too much. So keep that in mind. It'll probably, out of packaging, the jaw might be a little bit offset. I learned that it'll come off because I was trying to get the lower jaw in line. He's got a fur collar there that's a separate piece from the head and the neck, and it can spin around. You look at the body, the torso, molded in green, and we've got scalation texture. Beneath the strap of the quiver, you've got this red. That's his jewel. It's supposed to be his jewel. But if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to double check. I think it's too low. It's supposed to be around his neck because that was part of his curse. It had grafted itself onto his neck, and he couldn't remove it without him deleting himself. And they've got this a little bit lower. This is basically in the middle of his chest. So I think that that's inaccurate, but I'll have to check and make sure. Anyway, the legs and the arms molded in that grayish white color. We've got gold for his shoulder pads and for his armbands there, studded with red diamonds, it looks like. Pretty nice. Then, of course, you've got the feet, the boots. They're toeless boots. His patas are exposed. Unfortunately, we don't get any paint on the nails, on the claws. We do get the gold surrounding the the middle of the feet, and that's basically it. We get the aforementioned quiver. This is the strap that goes around his chest, and here's what the quiver looks like. So technically, since it's loose, it's an accessory. We also have, and this will be a nuisance, he's got an armband, a bicep band that will always slide down. I'm going to try to get it there in place. It's going to slide down again when I go through the articulation scheme, but at least I can put it up now so you can see what it's supposed to look like when it's correctly applied to his arm. So there you have it. Now, speaking of that articulation, like I said, the jaw is articulated, so you can open it. Oh, before we get into that, looking in the mouth, he's got the teeth. They're nice and white. And the tongue is red, so that's working out pretty nice for him. Now, articulation time. Already talked about the jaw. The head is on a, I believe it's on a, it's actually on a dumbbell. But it's an extra long dumbbell because of this collar. So, as you can see, he can look up that far. He can look down that far, see what it looks like with the mouth closed. Yeah, and you do get some pivot because it is just a dumbbell, and of course you can 360 him. Shoulders, you can T-pose him. They can rotate 360. He has no butterfly joints, so there'll be no full rear back, and there goes that armband. But he can get that far going back, going forward. It'd have been good if he had butterfly joints, especially since he's a swords wolf. This is the closest he can get them together. He's got the bicep swivels. He has double jointed elbows, and take note of the fur that's coming out from underneath his armband there. It's not interfering with anything. Wrists that rotate, and his left wrist hinges horizontally. His right one hinges vertically, so this is definitely supposed to be his sword hand. He's got his jaw just went, see? Like I said, you're gonna have to just deal with that. His jaw, his crunch, he goes that far forward, that far back. He's got a waist swivel, not a ball joint down there. It's the old school waist swivel, so you can get left and right like that. He can do the splits that far, which is very nice. He can get you very close to 90 degrees with the kick. Go back that far. He's got the thigh cut. And he has the double jointed knees. I should point out that there's some nice texture, fur texture on his legs. There is no boot swivel. Hasbro is, I mean, it's like they've done away with that with their newer figures. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can point the toe that far forward, that far up. He has ankle pivot, holds at the bottom of his feet. Looking at his feet like this, it would have been nice if the toes were articulated. Let me stick that jaw back in there. So yeah, it's got two pegs that hinge on either side of his jaw, so you can put that lower mandible down in there like that. And yep, and he does have larger feet, so he's pretty easy to stand up. Now about that quiver and his array of arrows. Let's turn them back there so you can see the quiver. And here are the arrows. So what you do basically, and yep, I may as well tell you right now, you're going to stress the plastic, obviously. So I said it once, I'll say it again. It is what it is. You're going to have to fold the arrows. You see that? And then you can shove them into the quiver there, and that's how it goes down. Here's Man Wolf loaded out, and apologies, I neglected to mention that the belt, which is separate, has a sheath, or at least a slot opening for his sword over here. And as I turn him so you can see that, you see he can carry his sword with him. So he can carry all of his accessories on his person. Obviously, I'm not talking about the extra hands. His additional arrow, with some doing, you can of course work it into a pose. And I think it should be pointed out that the arrow actually has a slot at the end there that you can attempt to put it in the drawstring. I think the slit is too small, but you know, try it with whatever you can. And I had to bring out dear old dad, and it looks like he is scolding his son. What do you think J. Jonah is saying? Bad boy or bad dog? Here he is sporting his sword. And, you know, earlier I had stated that because his right wrist was vertically hinged, that he must obviously be right-handed. Now I'm not so sure after taking a second look, and you guys can see it for yourselves here. The quiver is hanging over his left shoulder. So that would mean that he would be pulling arrows with his left arm, and that would be what he would be using to aim in. And then the same thing, the holder for his sword is on his right side, so he wouldn't be able to effectively pull it out with his right arm. You know what I'm saying? He'd have to draw it from across his body. That's usually how it goes. So I think Hasbro got it backwards. We probably should have gotten a vertical hinge for the left wrist, but hey, it is what it is. That's the third time I've said that. Here's Man Wolf with the only other figure from this series that I have previously reviewed. We have Mary Jane Watson, aka the Iron Spider. My final thoughts on the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man collaboration. Man Wolf, Colonel John Jameson, also known as Star-Lord, as he appeared back then. I love the figure. I'm not gonna lie. It's another character, you know, and despite the fact that this is part of the collabo, this character in this incarnation is canon. So he can still fit into your collection, and it would be accurate. As far as accuracy is concerned, I'm still not sure about his moon jewel, or whatever it was called back then. I don't want to call it the Moonstone and get it mixed up with Dr. Carla Sofin. But, yeah, I believe it was supposed to be further up, like in his neck area. But at least they did include it. They could have missed the mark altogether and not even have it there, which would have been silly because that's the source of his powers. And he comes with a sword, his bow, and a quiver of arrows. The way to store the arrows in the quiver is new and unique. One thing I could tell you is that you don't have to worry about the arrows falling out. That's for sure. The articulation is pretty good, but having said that, it would have been better served if he would have had butterfly joints. It's better served if all the characters have butterfly joints. Let's not front. You know what I'm saying? His hip action is great. He can Van Damme it with the best of them. So that is cool there. I think Hasbro got their vertical hinge hands reversed. Either that or the quiver and where the sword is hanging are in the wrong spots, and they needed to be reversed. Anyway, at least we did get a vertical hinge, so that way you can effectively use that sword. You saw in one of the poses that I had him, he had the sword raised up and the sword was pointing straight up at 12 o'clock. And you can't achieve that with a horizontal hinged wrist. So that was something good too. So this is the second one down from the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man set of figures. Anyway, let me know what you think about this figure, about this particular line of figures. Are you with it? Pass, play? What you got to say? Let me know down below. And while you're down there, like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. And I'll be back with another one. Until next time, y'all. Peace.